Ma'am people. Hi, this is Mariya Khan, your master teacher of biology here at Vedantu. Guys, welcome to the session. And today we are going to have this amazing session, our sprint session on the chapter Heredity and Evolution. So, guys, I hope you have checked out my previous sessions on how do organisms reproduce, part 1 and 2. If you haven't seen, go and watch that, of course, after watching this session. Okay, and if you're keen and excited for this chapter, hit on the like button, share this video with your friends, subscribe to our channel, do not forget to hit on the bell icon, and chalo mayuami post mayo in the chats. Without wasting any further time, let's quickly get to the session. So guys, what's the flow of this chapter? Guys, when we talk about this particular chapter, okay, of course, sex determination is a very important topic from this chapter, but besides that, we have some basics of heredity, right? Some important terms related to heredity, and then of course Mendelian's experiments, monohybrid cross, dihybrid cross, and the 3 laws. Not the 3 statements directly, but yes, the zest of it we have to express it in our own words, है ना? So this is the entire chapter all about. Of course, the part of evolution has been omitted by the syllabus, so omitted by the boards from the syllabus, so we don't have to bother about that. So chalo, let's get started. Yeah. So bacha party, if you are keen and eager, excited to study this chapter, like, share, subscribe, post me here as I mentioned, and let's continue. Okay. Let me hide myself for a moment and have a look at the schedule. Okay. Today is Heredity and Evolution. So tomorrow, watch me at 9 p.m. again on Vedantu's 9th and 10th English channel with a session on our environment. Okay, that's my schedule. Then if you see Shilpi Ma'am's schedule, okay, this is it. And then this is Anup Sir's schedule, followed by Gopal Sir's schedule, Shweta Ma'am's schedule, and Hamare Pyare Chintu Sir, right? So do watch the entire sprint series. I'm pretty sure that it's going to help you a lot. Okay, chala. So as you know that our paper has 3 sections, section A, B and C, 2 marker, 3 marker and 4 marker. So let's hit on the first section. Okay, so here we have in humans, if gene B gives brown eyes dominant and small b blue eyes, what will be the color of the person having the following genotype? Capital B, small b. So of course capital B dominant will express, so let me write with another color. So of course it will be brown. Okay, both recessive, so recessive is the blue trait, so that will be blue, and this of course will be brown, right? So the answer has to be brown, blue, brown. Is it? Yes, that's correct. Perfect. So let's move ahead with the next one. Okay. A petal has 2 varieties, one with red one and the other with white petals. Okay. Now, when these 2 variants are cross-pollinated, all the offsprings have red petals. Okay. So if we cross red with white, so the individuals are all red. Okay. So why red? Because red is dominant. So it should be this way. Am I correct? Am I correct? Right? So yeah, all the individuals are red. So this has to be this way. So the gametes will be capital R and small r respectively. So now it says, which gene is dominant? Of course, capital R is dominant. है ना? Choose the suitable letter to represent the 2 genes. So guys, red color is dominant. The gene coding for red color, you should write gene coding for red color is dominant. Write down in complete sentences, okay? Don't be so confused. पूरे अच्छे से लिखना, ठीक है? Then choose the suitable letter to represent the 2 genes, basically to represent the genotype of the F1 individuals. So it is capital R, small r, red. Okay, mention it. Okay, sure. Then and instead of writing these answers like this, it would be great if you mentioned this way. Okay, chalo, आगे. What is meant by heredity? Definition: the process of transfer of characteristics from parents to the offspring. Parents to the offspring is known as heredity. You. So write down the definition. Okay. The units of heredity, of course, genes. Right. So you write down the entire definition. The transmission of characters from parents to the offspring is called heredity, and the unit is genes. Okay. Then, why all offsprings in F1 generation in a monohybrid cross between pure tall and pure dwarf are always tall? So pure tall, pure dwarf, okay, and the individuals are always tall. So write down, as per Mendelian's inheritance, in a pair of factors, one expresses itself and the other factor gets suppressed in the presence of other allele. So the one which expresses itself is called as the dominant, and the other one which gets masked is the recessive. So in this particular case, capital T is a factor which controls tallness, is a dominant factor. It's a dominant gene, and hence all the individuals are tall when it comes to F1 generation. Okay, you have to explain it in a much better way, much better than what has been written over here. Okay, okay, perfect. Then explain whether, sorry for the spelling mistake, okay, yeah, explain whether traits like eye color or height are genetically inherited. Yes, of course, we inherit different eye colors, right? Brown, blue, gray, green. Height, of course, tall, dwarf, average. Height is also genetically inherited. Now the power to weight lift. No, a person who is a gym goer has the potential to lift more weight as compared to anyone who never even looks at the face of a gym. मैं जैसे मैं, है ना? So we acquire it over our lifetime. So eye color and height, okay? Eye color and height, these are inherited traits, whereas if we talk about the other two, weightlifting and other stuffs, okay, so they are the acquired characters which a person acquires over one's lifetime. Okay? How do variations affect the evolution of those organisms that reproduce sexually? These variations can actually prove beneficial in adapting to the changing environmental conditions. Okay, thus they may pose a survival benefit or an advantage. Okay, so guys, if you're finding the questions to be useful, informative, really helpful, like, share, subscribe. Okay, let's proceed. In a pea plant, find the contrasting traits if the position of the flower is terminal. So it's always axillary and terminal, right? This is dominant and this is recessive. Then the flower is white in color, so the flowers can be purple or white. Okay, the shape of the pod, constricted, it can be inflated or it can be constricted. So yeah, this is how you have to mention. Okay, so that's all written over here. Okay, and yeah, it's absolutely the same thing. Sure, let's proceed further. Okay, now section B, here we go. In humans, there's 50% probability of birth of a male child to a female child. Okay, justify the statement. So बच्चों, always you have to mention the cross, like father, mother, okay, 44 plus xy, 44 plus xx, okay, these are the somatic cells. Now in the gametes, mention two type of gametes. ठीक है, 22 plus x, 22 plus y, and here is an X cell with 22 plus x always. So fuse 44 plus x daughter, okay, then 44 plus xy son, therefore the possibility is always 50-50. Mention, I mean, draw the schematic representation, and at the end you mention please that in the male body there are two type of sex chromosomes, X and Y respectively. So there are two type of gametes formed, sperms carrying X chromosome and sperm carrying Y chromosome. So the possibility of the fusion of the sperm with the egg cell, okay, of the two different types always remains 50-50, and hence the sex of the child is determined by the father, and the probability is always 50-50. Okay, so yeah, the entire answer has been mentioned over here in a very nice manner. Okay, please go through it. Then a purebred plant A is crossed with purebred plant B, and we obtain individuals in F1 as well as F2 generation. Okay. So it says it is found that all the plants look like A in F1 generation. It means A is dominant over B. B has to be recessive, right? So now they are saying which of the plant is A. So if we say that there is a pair of tall and dwarf, pure tall and dwarf, so A has to be tall and B has to be dwarf, right? So we'll simply mention that the plant A is tall. Why? Because it's dominant over the other trait and it is expressed in the F1 generation. Okay, the same thing is written here in active voice and passive voice. Okay, direct or indirect speech you can say, not active passive, direct and indirect speech. So yeah, it is ऐसा खाओ या ऐसे खाओ, कैसे भी खाओ. Okay, the answer is here. Okay.
बच्चों के मार्क्स जितने कम आते हैं पापा का वॉल्यूम उतना ही बढ़ जाता है।
ये होती है पढ़ाई।
पर कभी सोचा है कि मार्क्स बढ़ाने की जिम्मेदारी सिर्फ बच्चों की ही क्यों?
अब वेदांतु मार्क्स बढ़ाने की जिम्मेदारी लेगा, वरना आपकी पूरी फीस वापस।
Now with the help of Mendel's experiment show that traits may be dominant or recessive and traits are inherited independently. So for case A, okay, you may write down dominant and recessive. Okay, कुछ भी लिख लो कि for example inflated pod, constricted pod, okay, ठीक है, gametes, fuse them and you get this as a genotype in the F1 individuals, right? So here you can mention that individuals in F1 generation always show one trait, and that's because one factor always expresses, so that factor is dominant over the other factor, and the one which doesn't get expressed is the recessive trait, okay, though it reappears or resurfaces in the F2 generation. Okay, traits are inherited independently. Now for this particular question you have to mention about a dihybrid cross. So if I like add one more slide, okay, I really want to, yeah, so yes, yeah, so if I mention in a dihybrid cross, ठीक है, between round yellow and wrinkled green. ठीक है. In F2 generation, the phenotypic ratio that we obtain is 9:3:3:1, where these two are the parental traits, that is round yellow and wrinkled green, right? However, these two are the new traits. Which are those traits? We get round green and we get wrinkled yellow. So therefore this states that the inheritance of one character or factor is independent of the other. ठीक है? As simple as that. So instead of writing this big chunks of paragraphs, prefer to write in my way. Okay? The teacher will be super impressed. Trust me, guys. Trust me. ठीक है? Then section C, 4 marker. Why did Mendel choose green plants for his experiment? Garden pea plants. Garden pea plants for his experiments. So there are so many reasons. One and the most important, because he saw 7 pair of contrasting characters in a pea plant. They were easily available. It has a shorter life cycle and it reproduces in large numbers. Self and cross pollination is possible, and therefore hybridization was possible. And as it reproduces in large numbers and has a shorter life cycle, data validation was possible. So these are various reasons. Now list two characters visible, okay? Two contrasting visible characters: seed color, seed shape, pod shape, flower position, plant height. लिख दो सारे जो आते हैं वो, ठीक है? Explain in brief how Mendel interpreted his results to show that the traits may be dominant or recessive. ठीक है? How Mendel interpreted. So if we talk about monohybrid cross, he saw that only one trait surfaced in the F1 generation and he considered that to be dominant. And then the trait 2 resurfaced in the F2 generation, but only in the proportion of 25%. And therefore he concluded that the trait which is predominantly seen in most of the organisms is dominant one, and the trait which is limited to only few plants or few organisms is the recessive one. Okay, so the detailed explanation is given over here. Fine guys. Chalo, like, share, subscribe, post me here. Then if we crossbreed tall plants with pure-bred dwarf, we will get plants in F1. Now if we self-pollinate, we'll get F2. Chalo, what do the plants in F1 generation look like? ठीक है, tall and dwarf. So if we cross tall and dwarf, so F1 generation will be all tall. Correct? Now state the ratio of tall to dwarf plants in F2 generation. So if it is tall is to dwarf, it has to be 3:1. State the type of plants not found in F1 generation but appeared in F2 generation. So these plants are of course the dwarf plants. Write the reason for the same. So dwarfness is a recessive trait. है ना? Yeah. So majority of the questions are on monohybrid, but trust me, dihybrid cross is also important. So I hope whatever has been practiced in today's session will definitely be of much help to you. Okay, and we are almost in the last week of March, and we still have an entire month because your exams are commencing from 26th of April, right? So, bacha party, what about 1 month of quick revision for your grade 10? It will prove super beneficial, especially if Vedantu teachers are involved in it. तब तो टेंशन की बात ही नहीं है ना. And ma'am, what about that? I mean, what after that? If you're thinking like that, ऐसे questions दिमाग में आ रहे हैं, तो decide commerce, science, if science, NEET or JEE. So if you haven't yet decided, it's high time that you decide now. Okay? Why am I saying this? Because we have this batches of JEE. Okay, just a sec. मुझे लिखने दो, मेरा पेन ही नहीं दिख रहा मुझे. हाँ, yeah, हाँ. So we have this NEET and JEE, मतलब NEET or JEE batches, and along with that you get 10th revision term 2 batch absolutely free of cost. What about enrolling? Must idea, fab idea, है ना? So बच्चे, you can take Pro, Light, Classic or Plus, whichsoever you want. Now if I talk about the Pro Light subscription, okay, Pro Light subscription, its base price is 60,000, okay, but with my coupon code, that is Mac Pro, you avail a whooping 4,000 ka discount. So the course price is available, the course is available at a price of 53,999. What all features can you avail? Live interactive classes, study material assignments, interactive replays, thorough practice of your NEET or JEE whatsoever, along with class 10 ka revision, in-class doubt solving. Badhiya, hai na? So apply my coupon code. What's my coupon code? My coupon code is Mac Pro. Okay, and avail this discount. Now, if you want a doubt solving app on your mobile phone, offer Classic. Okay, and Classic is usually for 75,000, but with my coupon code, it's for 67,499. Okay, and if you need a personal mentor, offer Pro Plus. Usually it's for 1,20,000, but with my coupon code, it's 1,07,999. So what are you waiting, guys? Enroll with us now, today. And here is the homework question for you. What is the phenotypic ratio in a dihybrid cross? Okay, of course in F2 generation. So do let me know your answers in the comment section below. And that's it for the day. I hope you enjoyed the session. Do share your feedback as well. And this is my schedule. Okay, do attend. And what else should I say, guys? That's it for the day. Like, share, subscribe. And my yo army, let's meet in tomorrow's session. Till then, Allah Hafiz, Willow Hafiz, and keep watching. Vedant. Bye-bye. Take care.
बच्चों के मार्क्स जितने कम आते हैं, पापा का वॉल्यूम उतना ही बढ़ जाता है.
ये होती है पढ़ाई.
पर कभी सोचा है कि मार्क्स बढ़ाने की जिम्मेदारी सिर्फ बच्चों की ही क्यों?
अब वेदांतु मार्क्स बढ़ाने की जिम्मेदारी लेगा, वरना आपकी पूरी फीस वापस.